Fabula. Like fabulous, but Fabula. Fabula. Today we are going to play with this Fabula deck for kids. Deck for kids. Eliminate the adults. This is for kids. It says Fabula for Kids is an educational game for kids, a guide to inventing ever-changing stories and channeling creativity within a structure. Every story needs a frame, and if you think about it, the most famous stories all share certain common traits. I swear. So we've got these cards, right?
Yeah.
What else is over there, Anna?
This little weird die.
A weird die.
Yeah, a weird die.
What's on it?
It has letters. It has M, S, G.
MSG?
N.
Uh-oh.
MSG, N, P, Q.
MSG, NPQ?
Yeah.
Okay.
Interesting letters.
So there's 4 groups of cards. There's prompt cards.
Yep.
There's ingredient cards, structure cards, and boost cards. There's also a die and an idea card. Okay, so first you have to find an idea for a story. If you can't think of one, the die will help you. Then you have to build the key elements. Then you invent the basis of the story, and then you improve the story. You ready?
Yeah.
So it says the first step in creating your story is to find the idea. The idea is the heart of the story, and the entire story develops around it. For example, the idea of Little Mermaid is a little girl lives at the bottom of the sea, but would like to know what it's like on the surface. In Kung Fu Panda, the idea is a panda wants to learn Kung Fu. In Alice in Wonderland, the idea is a little girl falls into a fantasy world. So we're going to take the top card off the deck, which is the idea card. Imagine putting the magic hat of ideas on your head. Is there anything you would like to tell a story about? Can you say it in just a sentence? I want to tell the story of. What do you want to tell the story of?
A girl who lost the instruction manual for her robot suit.
That's pretty specific. A girl who lost the instruction manual for her robot suit. Okay. Okay, so if you already have an idea, it says we can move on to ingredients. You may not know this, but to build a good story, we need 4 essential ingredients. You need 1 or more main characters. You need an antagonist. This is the bad one in the story. You need the world in which the story unfolds, right? And the most important thing, something happens. An unforeseen event that kicks off the story. So, there are 4 types of, it says it doesn't matter if it's an old or a new story, a fairy tale, or an action film. These elements are always present. The ingredient card will help you come up with the basic elements of your story, and you'll see that everything will begin to take shape. The ingredient cards have a yellow back. There are 4 types of ingredient cards: main character, antagonist, world, something happens. So you don't have to use the cards in a precise order. So if you take the ingredient cards and you look at them, are there 4 of them?
One.
Yes, you've got antagonist, main character.
Something happens in the world.
So main character, it's time to create the hero or heroes of your story. To create them, you can start by answering these questions. How old are they? Are they older or younger than you? What do they look like? Try to describe them. What makes them special? Do they have any particularly extraordinary features? Do they have any particular tastes or habits? Are they afraid of something? Is there something that terrifies them or they just can't stand? What do they want? So we're going to start thinking about these things. So you said you wanted to build a story about what?
A girl who lost the instruction manual for her robot suit.
So the hero of the story would be your girl, right?
Yeah.
So how old is she?
She is 16.
16. And what does she look like? It says try to describe her.
Well, she's white and she's very happy and energetic, but she's sad when she loses her instruction manual.
Okay. What makes her special? Does she have any particularly extraordinary features or particular tastes or habits?
There's only 3 habits she has.
Okay.
One habit is messing up all the rooms.
Oh, she's a messy girl.
The second habit is she only eats certain healthy vegetables.
Okay, that's a good habit.
Yeah. And then the third habit, she likes to build weird things that don't even make sense.
Okay, she's an inventor.
Yeah.
Is she afraid of anything? Is there something that terrifies her or that she just can't stand?
Lemons.
Lemons.
Can't stand lemons.
Well, she can't stand lemons. All right.
But she can drink lemonade.
Oh, okay.
But she just can't stand lemons by itself.
Whole lemons.
Yeah.
She's afraid of whole lemons.
She's not afraid of it. She just can't.
She just doesn't like them. Okay. What is it that she wants? What is the most important thing in the world she wants or needs?
She needs a robot suit. Because they don't have a car or anything to drive anywhere, so she really wants a robot suit.
Okay.
That has a car option.
And finally, what is her name?
Her name is Melissa.
Melissa. All right. So now you get to pick an antagonist. In every story, there's always someone to fight against. Think of Voldemort in Harry Potter or Cinderella's stepmother. Of course, it may not always be a physical clash. Maybe the antagonist is just the character who is very different from its rival, or an obstacle hindering the main character from achieving their goal. For example, in The Ugly Duckling, the enemy is the fear of being different. So you have to pick an antagonist for your story. Do you have an idea in mind? What could be the obstacle that prevents her from doing what she needs to do, or a person who she's at odds with? What does the antagonist card say?
It says, antagonist. How old are they? What do they look like? What makes them special? Are they afraid of anything? What do they want? What are they called?
So it's asking, these are the same questions on the book. So you have to think of an antagonist. So do you want it to be something? So what is the goal of her? What did you say the story was about?
It was about a 16-year-old girl who lost the instruction manual to her robot suit.
Okay, so her goal is to get the instruction manual because she needs this robot suit, right?
Yeah, it already comes with an instruction manual. It's lost because when she destroyed the room, it got lost.
So it got lost in the mess. So what is there a person or a thing that could get in the way of her finding it when she's trying to find it? What could you come up with that could get in the way of her finding this instruction manual? What do you think? This is the improv part. Think of something.
It's probably a ghost that's preventing her.
A ghost? Ooh.
A ghost that likes to steal things.
Ah, okay. A ghost that likes to steal things. So it's asking you questions about your antagonist, your ghost. How old are they? What do they look like? What makes them special? What can you tell us about your ghost antagonist?
Well,
they
don't have an age because they're
a ghost,
thing,
right?
So.
Okay. What else?
They don't look like anything.
They don't look like anything?
They're just like air. It looks like things are moving around randomly.
Uh-huh.
Nothing really makes them special.
No?
Just an average ghost.
Nothing special about the ghost?
Just a run of the mill ghost.
Huh.
Yeah.
Well, you got to describe something. They have to have something.
Do they look different?
Are they afraid of anything? No, because they're nothing. But what do they want? They want to steal things.
They want to steal things.
They want to steal things when no one's looking.
How about why do they want to steal things? No, you can set the cards down. Anna, do you have an idea of why they might want to steal things? Like what makes them, maybe that's what makes them unique. What makes the ghost want to steal things?
All ghosts want to steal things, so this ghost just wants to steal things because it's really like he's just wanting to move around and just kick things around, and he wants to steal them because he doesn't have anything, so he just wants to get things from other places.
Ah, there we go.
Take back home.
So the ghost is upset that he's a ghost and he doesn't have anything. So he's going to steal other people. I see. Okay, well, there you go. That's a good antagonist. Okay, now you get to pick your world. The world is where your adventure takes place. It can be a fairy tale world or a city in the future, a distant empire, or the backyard of your home. You can imagine any time and place. So your world sounds like it's inside a house, right?
But sometimes she goes outside too, so.
So it says on the world card, is it special? Is it normal? Or is there something extraordinary about it? Where is it? On Earth, in space? Is it present, past, or future? What is a typical day like? What habits? What do these people do? Can you describe something about the world in which this story takes place?
Well, it's always a very bright world.
Okay.
Um,
Meaning bright like it's always light out, or bright like it's always happy?
like it's always happy.
Okay.
Sometimes it does storm, but it's always happy.
It's a happy storm.
Okay.
It's just rain, no thunder or lightning.
What else about it?
It happens. This is happening in the present.
Okay.
So it's happening
Right
like
now.
after.
After?
Yeah, like at least an hour.
Oh, so it's an hour in the future.
Yeah.
So it's the future.
Yeah.
It's going to happen.
Yeah.
Hasn't happened yet.
In the future.
Okay.
What
else does it say on the world card?
Is it special? It's not that special.
It's just a house, right?
Yeah.
And a room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Room, dining room, bedrooms.
It says, how do people play or eat? What do they do? Imagine the smallest details in the life of your characters. Can you describe what her room looks like? What kind of things are laying around? What kind of stuff is in the rest of the house? Who lives there with her?
There's always a squishmallow in the middle of her room.
Okay.
Because she only has one squishmallow and she likes to play with it and bounce around on it. So there's always one squishmallow in the middle of the room always.
Okay.
It's a black and white room. It has lots of pictures of her family. She always likes to sit in her bedroom. So there's always going to be a bed. There's a little reading corner and all those kinds of things.
Mm-hmm. Anything else? What else? Anything else about the house? Who else is she? She doesn't live there alone, right?
No,
she's only 16.
Yeah.
So who lives there with her?
Well, her mom and dad. She also has 2 sisters and 1 baby brother.
Uh-huh. I think you guys are blurry.
Yeah.
Try and fix that. Try and fix the blurry real quick. See if I can get it to focus.
There.
All right, here we go. So she's got what siblings?
She's got 2 sisters and 1 baby brother.
2 sisters and a baby brother. And a mom and dad? Or
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. Do they know about the ghost?
No.
No? Okay. All right, it says something happens. No story is complete without an unforeseen triggering event. Everything seems normal, but at a certain point, something happens and sets the story in motion. In Alice in Wonderland, Alice meets the White Rabbit. Harry Potter receives a magical letter. In Aladdin, a young beggar boy rubs a lamp and meets a genie who grants him wishes. Imagine what could happen at the beginning of your story. The unforeseen event could be the arrival or departure of someone, the purchase or loss of something, like the instructions, or a change in the world. So, is that how the story is going to start out? Is she goes to find this instruction booklet because she needs the robot suit and it's gone?
No.
So, how's it going to start? What kicks off the sequence of events?
Well, that's basically what kicks it off. But first, it all starts. It starts with when they're just sitting down at the dinner table eating, and then it goes to there's a knock on the door, and then it opens up the door. There's a box because she wanted to order a robot suit, and it just came.
Ah, okay, gotcha.
So there's a squishy little envelope, and she brought it in to charge the robot suit up. And then when she looked at the instruction manual she looked at the instruction manual to see what needs to happen for her to plug it in, and then she just installed the little plug and plugged it in. And then she was holding the instruction manual when it just poofed out of her hand. It went missing.
Okay. Just poofed.
Yeah.
All right.
It was like it was in there, and then it just
I don't even think
turned
we
invisible.
need this. I mean, she does not need help telling a story. She is quite skilled at storytelling. Right?
Sounds like.
This is for kids that don't yet know how to structure a story.
What are all these other cards?
Well, so it says step 2 is now that you have an idea and the ingredients, right? Now you can start building your story. So in order to proceed, you create the story using the structure cards. There's 9 structure cards. It says to arrange them in order.
9 in the back, 1 in the very front.
So they basically just give you transition sentences so that you can put your story together. So you would use these 9 cards so Daddy can yeah, that's about it, man. Daddy can give them to you one at a time. So basically you read the card and then you continue the story from there until you hit a stopping point, and then he gives you another card and you continue your story. And you go through all 9 cards.
And then what?
So
And then that's your whole story. So start off with number 1. What does it say?
It says, once upon a time.
Once upon a time. Okay, so you can put that card down and start your story. Once upon a time, go.
There was a little girl who really wanted a robot suit because they didn't have a car and they lived in an old, rusty house.
Oh. Okay. That's it? You can keep going. You don't have to stop after a sentence. It's up to you.
That was 2 sentences.
Do you want to keep going or you want the next card?
That's good.
Okay. Read it.
And then one day.
What?
I said, and then one day, when she opened the box, she found a dragon flying outside, a nice dragon.
Where's the
That
dragon?
helped her open the box.
Okay. We have a new character.
She opened the box. And then she pulled the robot suit out and wanted to figure out how to plug it in and charge it up. So she looked at the instruction manual. It said to connect the cord to the box and then stick it in this hole that's in the robot suit and then plug it in.
Okay.
The adventure begins when one day the house started shaking. And then it stopped. And then she wanted to look at the instruction booklet again, so she picked it up, and then it vanished. And then she felt a weird breeze, and she heard a quiet version of that floating around. And then she saw something was moving. And then the instruction booklet came back to life, but then it vanished forever. All of a sudden, a duck walked up and was like, "Quack!" and then flew away with the instruction booklet that popped into his hand for some reason. And then he dropped it in the lake.
Oh no.
But then we saw that it was just laying on the grass. Normal. But all of a sudden, she heard that same noise again. And then she saw that her robot suit was moving. And then she tried to find the instruction booklet. And she kind of remembered that when it started shaking and then stopped shaking, it meant that it was fully charged. So she unplugged it and she put it on. And then the antagonist showed up again.
The ghost.
This time, it took the Squishamallow and her bed away.
What? Oh no.
The result is that the house started shaking again, then everything became normal. Again. So she clicked the button, and then something happens again. The ghost picked up the house and moved it.
What? The whole house disappeared?
So then she quickly put on her robot suit and turned it. She clicked the button and turned it into a truck.
Ah.
So she clicked it again, and then it became a car. So she clicked it again, and then it became a little bicycle.
Yeah, that's a pretty cool robot suit.
So she clicked it again, and then she turned into a bed. She tried to find her way back to normal. So she clicked it again, and then the dragon came back and gave her the instruction manual back.
Aw, nice dragon. That's it?
That's it.
Ah, nice story. Good job.
What are these ones?
Those are if you're having trouble coming up with an idea for a
What are
story.
these?
You can use it. The boosts are, so it says at the end that after it says boosting the narrative. At this point, we have the backbone of the story, but we're just getting started. What's the difference between a soulless story and one that moves us? I mean, I think she's already got all the good details, but if you need details, it says the boost cards have, you can use them in the order you prefer, or you don't have to use them at all. The boost cards are who do they care for? So it just gives you, do they get enough help? Why does the antagonist behave like that? Was it too easy? Have you thought of a plot twist? Have you thought about the character's background? Who tells the story? So who's the narrator?
Is there a moment of despair?
Yeah. So it just goes through like prompts so that you can figure out more details to the story. And then at the end, they tell you to tell your story and then draw a picture from it.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Oh, I want to do that.
You want to do that? Yeah. So it's just a little kid. This is if you guys came in late, we showed this at the beginning. It's called the Fabula deck for kids. I got this on a Kickstarter. So you probably have to Google it. I don't know exactly where you could get it now, but it was just a Kickstarter thing that I thought would be neat for Anna to teach her how to tell stories. But clearly, she doesn't really need it. As evident by the earlier live stream. If you guys missed the live earlier today, highly recommend you go back and replay that one because you will bust a gut laughing. It was pretty amazing. She did a whole ton of improv, and it was really fantastic. So definitely, if you have some time, go over to the page and watch the live from earlier. And on that note, we are going to go for the night and spend some time together before Anna has to go to bed. You could make up Daddy could make up a story.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool. And you can use the die if you
I
need
need help.
Yeah, if you need help making it. Do you want to make one, or you want to put those back, or?
Maybe later after this.
All right, tell everybody good night.
Okay.
We'll see you guys tomorrow.
Get it.
Good night. Good night. Good night, everybody. Do. Toodles.